This show is brought to you by the Chiropractic Broadcast Network. Check us out on the web at chiropracticbroadcastnetwork.com. And hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Tuning Into Health. This is episode 166 on February 8th. Oh my God, I just became a parent of a teenager today. Oh gosh. Yes, pray for me out there. It's a new era in my life. It happens to be a girl, which I'm not sure if that's better or worse, but we'll find out. Hey, we got some daily updates for you today. Thanks for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind pressing that Facebook button or Twitter button, let people know what you're watching, that'd be very helpful. And what we have is from Morcola.com. Doctors outrage after recommending a drug that you may be taking. Uh-oh. CDC urges HPV vaccine for boys. Now, CDC is urging. What does that really mean to us all? Drinking large amounts of soft drinks, or pop as we call it here in Iowa, associated with asthma and COPD. I wonder if you associate it with antibiotics and vaccines too. I wonder, I don't know. Health tip, coping with migraines during pregnancy. I'll give you a frickin' tip. Eye-opening vaccine documentary called The Greater Good, available exclusively at Natural News. We'll go into more on that. Breastfeeding advocates protest Facebook with a nurse in. Okay, we'll go over to the whole thing about that. Too much salt, try avoiding bread. Facebook use elevates mood, a new study shows. And another says Facebook social networking sites can hurt your self-esteem, which is right. Well, I tell you what, folks, we'll get down to it right after this. And hello, everybody. Yes, I had to throw the truth in there. Hope you don't mind. Oh, boy, it's a glorious day. And yes, I am the father of a teenage girl. Any tips or advice would be much appreciated. Yeah, we switched our format for you folks. We are now doing a daily show. If there's nothing to be talking about, some days it's really boring in the healthcare news. I don't want to do a show, but when we can pick out some stuff that's interesting for you, that you should probably have a heads up with, I'll let you know about it. And I'll do these pre-recorded shows every morning. So we're not going to do them live anymore. But however, if you want to get a hold of me, if you have questions, or if you want to, we've got another doctor coming in here. Is it tomorrow I'm interviewing him? Is it tomorrow or today I'm interviewing? I got to look at my emails. Yeah, he's got some things that he wants to talk about, talk about his chiropractic passion and whatnot. And so we're going to be having an interview. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we'll have fun with it tomorrow. So, yeah, this is just going to be a little brief view of the news today, so I hope you enjoy. So, Facebook with care, social networking sites can hurt your self-esteem. You know what? If Facebook's going to hurt your self-esteem, I don't think you can avoid that anywhere in life then. You just have a poor self-esteem. But Facebook initial public offering stock is likely to make a lot of developers and designers of the site very wealthy, but for many users, frequent Facebooking may not be so beneficial. According to new studies, Facebook can be tough on mental health, offering all too alluring medium for social comparison and ill-advised status updates. And while adding a friend on the social networking site can make people feel cheery and connected, having lots of friends is associated with feeling worse about one's own life. Nah, not really. The threat of running through these findings is not Facebook itself is harmful, but it provides a place where people can indulge in self-destructive behavior, such as trumpeting their own weaknesses or comparing their achievements with those of others. And so this comes from where? FoxNews.com. And it wasn't Fox that just exclusively reported that. It came from a news service. But this is what we get from Science Daily. And this is February 7th, 2010. This one is February 8th. So Science Daily takes the other side, says Facebook use elevates mood. People visit social networking sites such as Facebook for many reasons, including positive emotional experiences that people can enjoy and want to repeat, according to the Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Networking, a peer-reviewed journal published by Marianne Liebert. Wow. Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Networking. Yeah, this is one big social networking experiment, I'll tell you that much. I akin the social networking organism to that of a nervous system. Yeah, it is that for me. That's how I look at it. Well, based on my education and all that type of stuff, I'm going to look at it that way. Measurements of physical and psychological responses, such as breathing rate, brain activation, pupil dilation, designed to assess a person's psychophysiological state, were collected at a group of individuals participating either a relaxing or stressful task of being online on their own personal Facebook account. The result revealed a significantly different experience for stress, relaxation, exposure compared to the response to Facebook. So we got two alternating studies here that say different things, unless one's taking part of that study and showing this way. I'm not too sure. You know, now the government's coming out and saying that, well, we eat too much salt. Where do you think that salt comes from? Do you think it comes from potato chips? Because, you know, I know some rather large people that, well, they don't eat potato chips. Maybe once in a great while they'll eat potato chips, and they have to watch their salt intake. Well, try looking at your bread. And high fructose corn syrup is saturated in bread as well. So we try to get the high fructose corn syrup out of the bread as well. But trying to cut sodium from their diets may be surprised to learn that bread, not chips or pretzels, is a leading culprit. Yeah, you can count the crystals on the pretzels. So you can't do it on bread. A new report in the Centers for Disease Control found that bread and rolls are the top sources of sodium in American diet. And I got a phone call coming in. Sorry about that, folks. Bread and rolls aren't really saltier than many other foods, but people tend to eat them a lot. So, Otherwise, with bread, CDC found that just 10 items contributed 44% sodium consumed by Americans. On average, Americans currently consume nearly 3,300 milligrams of sodium per day, almost 1,000 more milligrams than recommended by the CDC. Breastfeeding advocates protest Facebook in a nurse-in. This is abcnews.com. A group of moms protested outside of Facebook offices around the world Monday, charging that the social networking has repeatedly taken down photos that show mothers breastfeeding their babies. The site even disabled the accounts of some moms who had uploaded the nursing pictures, the group said. A woman is protected to breastfeeding her child, whether she is legally allowed, said Emma Kanawazaka, a midwife, breastfeeding advocate who helped spearhead the nurse-in. You know what? Breasts are made for, well, milking. They're made for eating. So anything other is extracurricular, and you got to get over it, folks. You got to get over it. So, oh well. Hey, this comes from naturalnews.com. An eye-opening vaccine documentary, and I've showed the trailer on this show before. It's called The Greater Good. It's available exclusively at Natural News through February, so you can watch it online at naturalnews.com through February 21st. Most extraordinary documentary you're likely to see this year is also one that could save your child's life. It's called The Greater Good. It rocks the very foundation of the vaccine industry with powerful, focused message that credibly questions the vaccine mythology of Western medicine. If you haven't seen the trailer yet for this film, you owe it to yourself to watch it right now. It's only 3 minutes, and it will astonish you. Yes, it is a good trailer. I should have had it queued up. I didn't have it queued up. But I will have this on facebook.com/Rohlfsen, so you can go and watch it. I think it's like $9 if you want to watch it online. So, and hey, if you want to get the DVD as well, that's probably a good idea as well. Coping with migraines during pregnancy. So migraines pose a dilemma for pregnant women since these painful headaches may strike more often during pregnancy. At the same time, migraine medicines can cause birth defects. Whoops. So medical experts advise pregnant women not to use them. Yeah, that's smart. Women'sHealth.gov website offers these suggestions for pregnant women who are prone to migraines. And there's something that's glaringly missing in this recommendations. Talk to your doctor if you're pregnant and plan to become pregnant and have been using migraine medications. Talk to your doctor about over-the-counter drugs that are recommended for safe pregnant women. Try relaxation techniques to help to ease the migraine pain. Apply cold pack to your head when the migraine strikes. Dummies, try chiropractic. Go to your chiropractor. Chiropractic is safe all throughout pregnancy up until the day you deliver. And then it's there for you right after you deliver because that pelvis is going to be whacked out of place and that baby's neck needs to be checked. I'll tell you that much. But migraines are my favorite problem to help solve. If there's one symptom that I really have fun finding out the puzzle to, it's that. And they're easy. Most of them are easy. There's some of them that have been a little tricky. But the vast majority of migraine cases that have come across my hands have been resolved. But there's a problem because you can't just have them go away and then they stay away. It's the lifestyle. It's the amount of stress that's built up over their lives that got them to where they are. And if they don't maintain it, if they don't seek a better life, well, they'll always, need to have those adjustments to take care of that migraine pain, which is, it's kind of sad. I'd rather have adjustments just to help better my lifestyle rather than constantly chasing around a symptom. Drinking large amounts of soft drinks, also called pop here in Iowa, associated with asthma or COPD. A new study published in the Journal of Respiratory reveals the high levels of soft drink consumption is associated with asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. University of Adelaide. Adelaide? Yeah, researchers conducted computer assistance telephone interviewing some 16,907 patients ages between 16 years old in South Australia between March 2008 and June 2010 required. Well, I wonder if they asked them if they were vaccinated or not or had a history of antibiotic use because those two things are associated with those as well. Because most kids will eat. It's kind of a flawed study, to tell you the truth. CDC urges HPV vaccine for boys. Now, what does that mean when the CDC urges? That means it's a public health emergency, right? It's a public health emergency. CDC urges swine flu vaccine. CDC urges blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's a case of the boy who cried wolf here. I tell you what, when I see CDC urges, it's like, bull crap. These people, it's incestuous. So they're incestuous with the pharmaceutical industry. It really is. It gives capitalism a bad name. So CDC, the same people that hired Bill Bibb, has sparked controversy with his recommended that all boys should get vaccinated against HPV. For several years, CDC has recommended the vaccine for girls, but for some parents aren't convinced it's necessary for boys or completely safe. In fact, the death from boys after taking HPV vaccine is starting to roll in. I just reviewed an article, I think it was last week, about that. So 4 deaths so far. Anyway, doctors outraged after recommending a drug. In 2006, health agencies in the U.S., such as the CDC, and the World Health Organizations in Geneva began warning the imminent onset of the avian flu pandemic of lethal proportions. Remember that? It's another time the CDC urged, and nothing ever happened. The pandemic never materialized, but the sales of Tamiflu, touted as effective in reducing the complications of the flu as bronchitis and pneumonia, skyrocketed. In 2009, again, it was presented as a drug of choice to stave off the swine flu. Back in 2006, Dr. Thomas Jefferson had issued an analysis of concluding that the drug was effective. But another physician later pointed out that 8 of 10 studies he had relied on were still unpublished. Jefferson decided to seek out the raw data, only to find out he was unable to do so. His concern turned to outrage when 2 employees of the communications company admitted that they had been paid to ghostwrite some of the articles with explicit instructions to come to correct conclusions regarding Tamiflu's effectiveness. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. If that isn't damning, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Anyway, that is your morning update. I hope you had fun. And, if anybody has any advice on being a parent of a teenager, that'd be help. I don't have any videos for you today because I gotta run here. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. Gosh, what is this? This is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Wow. Time does fly, folks. Episode 166. I'll post it up here in just a little bit. Yeah, send it to your friends. Send it to your family. Let them know what's happening out there in the healthcare world, and I'll give my commentary the best I can. Hopefully it meshes with your philosophy. And, we can kind of get on with life. But otherwise, have a great one, folks. We'll talk to you later.